Who is Isaac Newton? Sir Isaac Newton was an English physicist and mathematician who is widely recognized as one of the most influential scientists of all time. He is best known for his laws of motion and universal gravitation, which revolutionized our understanding of the physical universe. Newton was also a pioneer in the field of optics, inventing the first reflecting telescope and developing a theory of color based on the properties of light. Some text goes here. What was the context of Isaac Newton's life, and how did it shape his contributions to science and mathematics? Some text goes here. Isaac Newton lived in a time of great scientific and intellectual ferment known as the Scientific Revolution, which spanned the 16th and 17th centuries. Born in 1642 in England, Newton grew up in a period of political and social upheaval, with civil war and revolution leading to the execution of King Charles I and the rise of the Puritan Commonwealth. Despite the challenges of the times, Newton showed early promise as a student, particularly in mathematics and natural philosophy. Newton's early work in mathematics and optics laid the groundwork for his later achievements in physics, including his famous laws of motion and theory of gravity. As a professor at the University of Cambridge, Newton continued to pursue his scientific research and made important contributions to fields such as calculus and optics. His work had a profound impact on the development of modern science and the understanding of the natural world. How did Newton's theory of universal gravitation revolutionize our understanding of the cosmos, and what impact did this have on the development of modern physics? Newton's theory of universal gravitation, which he published in his book Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica, Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy, in 1687, established that every particle of matter in the universe attracts every other particle of matter with a force proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. This theory provided a mathematical explanation for the motion of planets and other celestial bodies, which had previously been thought to be governed by supernatural or divine forces. Newton's theory also helped to establish the idea that the laws of nature could be understood and described using mathematical equations, laying the foundation for the modern field of physics. Some text goes here. What were some of the key principles of Newton's laws of motion, and how did they influence the development of engineering and technology? Some text goes here. Isaac Newton's laws of motion describe the fundamental principles that govern the behavior of objects in motion. The three laws are: 1. An object at rest will remain at rest, and an object in motion will remain in motion with a constant velocity, unless acted upon by a net external force. 2. The acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net external force acting on the object and inversely proportional to its mass. F equals ma. 3. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. These laws of motion formed the foundation of classical mechanics and greatly influenced the development of engineering and technology. They were used to design machines such as engines, turbines, and airplanes, and are still used today to design and test new technologies. Some text goes here. How did Newton's work on optics and light lead to new discoveries and innovations in fields such as microscopy and astronomy? Some text goes here. Isaac Newton's work on optics and light led to a better understanding of how light interacts with matter, and helped lay the foundations for modern physics. He conducted a series of experiments with prisms that showed that white light could be separated into its constituent colors, and that these colors could not be further separated into simpler substances. This work led to the development of the first color wheel, and helped to establish the field of spectroscopy, which is still used today to analyze the composition of materials. Newton also developed the first reflecting telescope, which used mirrors instead of lenses to magnify and focus light. This type of telescope allowed astronomers to see farther and more clearly into space than ever before, and helped to advance our understanding of the universe. In addition, Newton's work on the nature of light laid the foundation for the development of modern microscopy, which has had countless applications in medicine, biology, and other fields. Some text goes here. How did Newton's religious and philosophical beliefs influence his scientific work, and what was the role of faith in his understanding of the natural world? Some text goes here. Isaac Newton was deeply religious and saw his scientific work as a way of understanding God's creation. He believed that the laws of physics were divinely ordained and that through science, he could gain a deeper understanding of the mind of God. Newton was also a theologian and wrote extensively on religious topics, including the interpretation of the Bible. However, his religious beliefs did not limit his scientific inquiry, and he sought to explain the natural world through empirical observation and experimentation, rather than relying solely on faith or theological principles. What was Newton's impact on the scientific community of his time, and how did his work influence the development of modern science and research practices? Isaac Newton's impact on the scientific community of his time cannot be overstated. His work on mechanics, optics, and mathematics transformed the way scientists approached their work and laid the foundation for the modern scientific method. He also helped to establish the Royal Society of London, which became a center for scientific inquiry and collaboration. Newton's Principia Mathematica, published in 1687, was a landmark work that introduced the concept of universal gravitation and laid out the laws of motion. This work revolutionized the field of physics and opened up new avenues of research that would be pursued by scientists for centuries to come. In addition to his contributions to physics, Newton's work on optics and light was also groundbreaking. He discovered that white light was made up of different colors and developed the first reflecting telescope, which allowed astronomers to observe celestial objects more accurately than ever before. Overall, Newton's work had a profound impact on the development of modern science and research practices. He demonstrated the importance of empirical observation and mathematical analysis in scientific inquiry, and his ideas continue to inspire scientists and researchers today. Some text goes here. What were some of the controversies and challenges that Newton faced during his lifetime, both in terms of his scientific work and his personal life? Some text goes here. Isaac Newton faced a number of controversies and challenges during his lifetime. For example, he famously had a long-running feud with fellow scientist Robert Hooke, which began when Hooke claimed credit for some of Newton's work on optics. Newton also faced opposition from some members of the scientific community who were skeptical of his theories and methods. Additionally, Newton struggled with mental health issues and had difficulties with interpersonal relationships, including his strained relationships with his family members and colleagues. Some text goes here. How did Newton's contributions to mathematics, such as his development of calculus, impact the field and influence other scientific disciplines? Some text goes here. Isaac Newton's invention of calculus revolutionized mathematics and had a profound impact on the development of modern science. Calculus allowed scientists to analyze and understand a wide range of natural phenomena, from the movement of planets to the behavior of fluids and gases. Newton's work in calculus laid the foundation for modern physics and engineering, and his methods continue to be used today in fields such as computer science, economics, and medicine. Some text goes here. What was the legacy of Newton's work in terms of scientific discovery and innovation, and how has his influence continued to shape modern science and technology? Some text goes here. Isaac Newton's legacy is vast and wide-ranging, and his contributions to science, mathematics, and philosophy have had a profound impact on human knowledge and understanding. His work on universal gravitation, laws of motion, and calculus transformed our understanding of the physical world and laid the foundation for modern physics and engineering. Newton's work on optics and light also led to important discoveries in fields such as microscopy and astronomy. His belief in the power of reason and observation to unlock the secrets of nature was a significant influence on the development of the scientific method and the growth of empirical inquiry and scientific research. Newton's legacy also extends to his role as a mentor and teacher, as many of his students went on to make important contributions to science and technology in their own right. His work helped to establish the Royal Society as a leading center for scientific research and inquiry, and his influence on the scientific community of his time continues to be felt today. Overall, Newton's legacy is a testament to the power of human curiosity and determination, and his work has helped to unlock some of the most profound mysteries of the universe. Some text goes here. What lessons can be learned from Newton's life and work, both for aspiring scientists and for the broader public? Some text goes here. Some potential lessons that can be drawn from Newton's life and work include: 1. The importance of curiosity and persistence. Newton's insatiable curiosity and tireless pursuit of knowledge drove many of his discoveries and innovations. 2. The power of interdisciplinary thinking. Newton's work across a range of scientific disciplines, including mathematics, physics, and optics, helped him to make connections and develop new insights that might not have been possible within a single field. 3. The value of collaboration and community. While Newton is often celebrated as a solitary genius, his work was also influenced by his interactions and collaborations with other scientists of his time. 4. The role of experimentation and observation. Newton's discoveries were often rooted in empirical observations and experiments, emphasizing the importance of testing theories and hypotheses through experimentation. 5. The potential for scientific progress to have both positive and negative consequences. Newton's work on gravitation and mechanics helped to lay the foundations for modern engineering and technology, but also played a role in the development of weapons and other technologies with destructive potential. What were some of the key discoveries and contributions that Isaac Newton made to science, mathematics, and philosophy, and how did they revolutionize our understanding of the natural world? Isaac Newton made several groundbreaking discoveries and contributions to the fields of science, mathematics, and philosophy during his lifetime, including: 1. Laws of motion. Newton's three laws of motion, published in his book Principia Mathematica, revolutionized our understanding of motion and mechanics, providing a framework for understanding the behavior of objects in motion. 2. Universal gravitation. Newton's theory of universal gravitation described the force that governs the movement of planets and other celestial bodies, and paved the way for modern astronomy and astrophysics. 3. Calculus. Newton developed calculus, a branch of mathematics that provides a powerful tool for analyzing complex systems and phenomena, and is still widely used in fields such as physics and engineering. 4. Optics. Newton's work on optics and the behavior of light led to important discoveries about the nature of color and the properties of lenses, and paved the way for the development of modern optics and microscopy. Another major challenge Newton faced was financial insecurity. He struggled to make ends meet throughout much of his life, often living off of small fellowships and grants. However, he was able to secure a more stable income through his appointment as Warden and later Master of the Royal Mint, where he oversaw the production of England's currency. Newton also faced criticism and opposition from other scientists, who were skeptical of his ideas and theories. For example, his work on optics and light was initially met with skepticism, but he was eventually able to convince others of the validity of his ideas through his experiments and observations. Despite these challenges, Newton was able to make groundbreaking contributions to science, mathematics, and philosophy that continue to shape our understanding of the natural world today. Some text goes here. How did Newton's work lay the foundation for the scientific method in the Enlightenment, and what was his role in shaping the intellectual and cultural landscape of his time? Some text goes here. Isaac Newton's work had a profound impact on the scientific method and the intellectual culture of the Enlightenment. He is widely regarded as one of the founders of modern science, and his emphasis on empirical observation and mathematical rigor helped to establish the scientific method as a systematic approach to understanding the natural world. Newton's work on gravity and motion, as well as his development of calculus, laid the foundation for much of modern physics and mathematics. His ideas also helped to revolutionize the field of optics and paved the way for the development of modern telescopes and microscopes. In addition to his scientific contributions, Newton played a significant role in shaping the intellectual and cultural landscape of his time. His belief in the power of reason and observation to unlock the mysteries of the universe helped to inspire a generation of Enlightenment thinkers and philosophers. His influence can be seen in the work of other scientists and philosophers of the time, such as Voltaire and John Locke, and his ideas continue to shape our understanding of the natural world today. Some text goes here. What was Newton's personality and leadership style like, and how did his personal life and experiences influence his work and legacy? Some text goes here. As an AI language model, I do not have the ability to observe or interpret the personality and leadership style of historical figures like Isaac Newton, as I do not have personal or anecdotal knowledge. However, based on historical records, Newton was known for being a solitary and private person who preferred to work independently rather than collaborate with others. He was also known for being highly analytical and meticulous in his research, often spending years conducting experiments and collecting data before publishing his findings. Additionally, Newton's personal life was marked by some difficult experiences, including the death of his mother at a young age, his difficult relationships with colleagues and peers, and his struggles with mental health later in life. These experiences may have shaped his approach to science and his dedication to his work, but it is difficult to draw definitive conclusions about his personality and leadership style based on historical records alone. Some text goes here. What were some of the controversies and criticisms that Newton faced in his lifetime and in the centuries since, and how have historians and scholars evaluated his work and ideas over time? Some text goes here. Isaac Newton was one of the most celebrated scientists in history, but his work was not without controversy and criticism. Some of the controversies and criticisms he faced include: 1. Plagiarism. Some of Newton's work was accused of being plagiarized, particularly in the case of Gottfried Leibniz's work on calculus. The dispute over priority of discovery became known as the calculus controversy and continued for many years. 2. Unorthodox beliefs. Newton had unorthodox beliefs, including his interest in alchemy and his fascination with biblical prophecy. Some scholars have criticized him for his unconventional views and have argued that they may have influenced his scientific work. 3. Lack of social skills. Newton was known to be socially awkward and had difficulty relating to others. He was often irritable and had a reputation for being difficult to work with. 4. Ethical concerns. Newton's work on optics and the laws of motion involved experimentation on live animals, which some have criticized as unethical. Despite these controversies and criticisms, Newton's contributions to science and mathematics are widely regarded as groundbreaking and revolutionary, and his legacy continues to influence scientific research and discovery to this day. Some text goes here. How did Newton's ideas and theories shape subsequent scientific and technological developments, such as the Industrial Revolution and space exploration? Some text goes here. Isaac Newton's ideas and theories played a significant role in shaping subsequent scientific and technological developments. For example, 1. Industrial Revolution. Newton's laws of motion and his work on gravitation helped to create the scientific basis for modern engineering and mechanics, which in turn played a critical role in the Industrial Revolution. Newton's work helped to provide a foundation for the development of new technologies such as steam engines, which transformed manufacturing and transportation. 2. Space exploration. Newton's laws of motion and his work on gravitation also provided the basis for the development of space exploration. His insights helped to explain how objects move in space, and his mathematical theories provided the framework for modern space travel. 3. Modern physics. Newton's work on optics and light laid the groundwork for the development of modern physics. His experiments with light led to the discovery of the spectrum of colors, which helped to advance the study of physics and chemistry. Additionally, his theories of motion and gravity helped to inspire later scientists such as Albert Einstein to develop new ideas about the nature of space and time. Overall, Newton's ideas and theories have had a profound impact on science and technology, shaping the course of human history and opening up new frontiers of exploration and discovery. What is Newton's legacy in terms of his impact on modern science, mathematics, and philosophy, and how does he continue to inspire and influence new generations of thinkers and scholars? Isaac Newton is widely regarded as one of the greatest scientists in history, and his work laid the foundation for modern physics and mathematics. His discoveries and contributions have had a profound impact on many fields, including astronomy, optics, mechanics, and calculus. Newton's laws of motion and his theory of universal gravitation transformed our understanding of the natural world and paved the way for the scientific method and the Enlightenment. Newton's legacy extends far beyond his scientific and mathematical achievements. His leadership and contributions have influenced subsequent developments in technology, engineering, and space exploration. Newton's work on optics and light has played a key role in the development of modern optics, while his theories on gravitation continue to inform our understanding of the cosmos and our place in it. Overall, Newton's impact on science, mathematics, and philosophy has been enormous, and his legacy continues to inspire and influence new generations of thinkers and scholars.